Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars in the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Question in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploded like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're a force can't fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Monday morning. Another edition of Ken and Ken. Good morning. Good morning, Ken. There's my help if I do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can actually hear you clearly now.
Yeah, a little bar. Good morning, Fred.
Oh, we got a bunch of news this morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me start the rundown. Let's go. I'll go. Shoot. I mean, we've got since the weekend. All right. Well, the Bears got their new center really quick. Max Crosby is now a Baltimore Raven. Zaire Franklin's now a Packer. But wait, there's going to be more on the Packers later.
Morning, Yoli.
Good morning, Yoli. Sean Ryan signed to stay with the Packers. The Broncos bring back Justin Stard. But wait, there's more. Let me see here. Oh yeah, Trent McDuffie became the highest paid corner in the league, staying with the Rams. Yeah, $124 million. Wow. Let me see here. There's more. Hold on. Oh yeah. The Chargers reached an agreement with former Dolphins running back Alec Ingold on a 2-year deal. But wait, we're not done with them yet either. There's more. We're scrolling up here. The Giants are bringing back tight end Chris Martz. The Steelers are re-signing Asante Samuel to a 1-year, $4 million deal. DeMarco Jackson staying with the Bears on a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. The Bengals are not tendering the quarterback Jake Browning. Big deal. Big one here, Tua Tagovailoa, now going to be with an NFL record $99 million in dead cap space, being cut as a post-June 1st designee by the Miami Dolphins. We haven't even hit free agency yet. That doesn't even start for a couple hours.
I'm going to say there's still big news that you're missing here, buddy.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Montreal Custer Brown is staying in Jacksonville on a 3-year deal. Dolphins are sending Minkah Fitzpatrick to New York Jets for a 7th rounder. Green Bay Packers are sending Rashawn Gary to the Dallas Cowboys
for a 4th round pick.
7th rounder.
No. I was going to say it's a 4th round pick in 2027.
All right, well, yeah, I'm going through all the different Shefty changes. One for 4th, 7th, and maybe it is 4th. Oh, late round pick. That much we know for certain. If it be a 4th or a 7th, but I'm going to go with the 4th right now.
Yeah, everything I've seen, it's the 2027 4th round.
Yeah, 4th round. 4th round's the last update there.
Yep.
Let me see. Vikings are using a low tender free agent linebacker Ivan Pace. The bigger news, and believe it or not, yeah, there's bigger news. The NFL and the NFL Referees Association, whose deal ends here in May, they're doing their talks. They're at an impasse with high frustration mounting, and they don't know if they're going to get a deal with the referees union.
Yay, we get replacement refs and we get the Fail Mary 2.0.
Not
Yay. Well, hopefully the team that forces them to renegotiate with the refs isn't Green Bay this time.
Hey,
And the Bears also re-signed Daniel Hardy. Almost forgot that.
you know what's
Go ahead.
funny? Is like every year the officiating gets worse and worse, right? And we complain more and more about it. So it seems like every once in a while they like have a strike just to show us like, oh yeah, you think we're bad? Like just let the scab refs come in and you're gonna be begging for us back in 6
No.
weeks. Like
No, you know what all this has done? And at first I was massively against it, but the more and more I think about it, give me an AI ref. I want a pure, impartial fucking AI ref with this shit. Any penalty that goes on, they just flag it like that. I'm tired of the subjective bullshit.
but then your whole game is gonna be penalties though, dude.
Well,
Like
then you
literally
better
every play.
then you better play a hell of a lot cleaner.
Oh, and in breaking news, JB will be here in about 5 to 10 minutes to recap breaking news, which will be every move we just said, by the way. You know it's coming. Just letting you all know. So yeah, what a weekend, right? I mean,
Finally we can move on from this Max Crosby drama.
Oh, dude. Speaking of that, I have seen Bears fans crashing the fuck out after it, and not because they didn't get Max. They were sitting there. Oh, we never wanted him. That was going to be too much to invest. When the week leading all up to it, just about every Bears fan you met.
Okay, you know what? Just stop. Because you know damn well that's every fan base and every team that ever wanted to trade, and they don't get the trade. That's always your reaction. You're acting like you're surprised, like you just like found America or something, like you're Christopher Columbus. Like, dude, Packer fans do the same crap when they don't get the free agent.
Yes, but you usually talk about them saying it. But since it's the Bears fans, we got to give them a mulligan on this one.
This isn't breaking news. This is just you're
trying I mean, it's more of a gripe than anything. But hey,
the Dallas Cowboys are becoming the Green Bay Packers South defensively, as now Rashawn Gary, joins Kenny Clark down there. I mean, is Jerry Jones trying to collect ex-Packer players?
Yeah, he's apparently really loves the fucking Packers because he gave us, granted, it's next year's 4th round pick, but a 4th round pick for a player that we were going to cut anyway. And thank you, Fred. I'm glad you saw it too.
Oh, player we're going to cut anyway. There we go.
Yes, they were. I was going to say, if you look at a bunch of news stories, it says it all over.
I love Green Bay copium during the offseason.
Oh, it only comes second to Chicago Bears fucking copium.
Hey, Joe, you had like the biggest trade of the weekend. The Packers fans have to go, well, the Bears are crashing out because they didn't trade for him. And we were going to cut Rashawn anyway, so we just traded him to Dallas.
But to be fair, Ken, I do remember a couple weeks ago that Ken, the Packer fan, was on here saying that it looked like Rashawn Gary was out the door.
Thank you, Joe.
And now I don't know about the rest of Packer fans, but I do remember Ken saying that specifically.
I just find it funny that Dallas is trying to collect, former Packer defenders on that defense.
Yeah, it's like they treat them like they're the Infinity Stones or something, dude.
What the funny thing is that deal with Micah. Every Packer fan expected, with a player being involved, that it was going to be Rashawn Gary. It took him an extra year, but they finally got him.
And then there's some reports that a certain edge rusher is being linked, Trey Hendrickson, to signing with the Dallas Cowboys today. So that could be interesting.
If they get Trey Hendrickson and Rashawn Gary, all of a sudden with Quinnen Williams, that defensive line is looking pretty decent, dude.
Speaking of pretty decent looking defensive lines, Green Bay's apparently trying to trade and get Jalen Carter from the Eagles, and they are willing to move on from him.
Yeah, that would be a good pickup, but he's going to be expensive. And the thing is, you don't have the 1st round picks that you're going to need, unless you're going 2028 picks. There
are quite a few teams linked to him, like the Bears are another team I've seen linked to Carter as well. I didn't hear the Packers because the lack of the 1st round pick being the biggest reason why they haven't been included. And to be honest, I don't expect to hear the Packers on many trades like this because they don't have the 1st round pick to trade because they've already Well, trade away the next 2. So it's kind
Well,
of
remember, you can still go 3 years out, so we got one more. We might be starting to take on a bit of the approach that
The Rams?
that the Rams take.
Fuck
That
them
first
picks.
that first round pick would be better used on a already proven veteran player versus taking that random shot in the first round.
If you're expecting the Eagles to wait 2 years to use that trade,
I'm expecting if that's going to happen, there's going to be other picks included in with that. And 2020s, in 2027, we already have a shit ton of picks, and depending, we're going to have quite a few compensatory picks there too. So maybe.
today's going to be interesting. We still got a couple interesting trades that could happen. But look, for me, the big news, there were 3 kind of cornerstone pieces to the weekend, right? Drew, it starts early last week with Drew Dahlman, kind of sets us all into motion in a weird way. Drew Dahlman retires, right? And then the Bears trade DJ Moore, and there's all this cap space. And then, like, not 48 hours after Drew retires, the Bears go out and get another starting center. I mean, right off the bat. Then we're talking, okay, the Bears got their center. Maybe that's not going to be as big of a deal. Then all of a sudden, you start the weekend off. Max Crosby is the Raven, and I'm sorry, I didn't have Baltimore on the bingo card in the Max.
Nor did I. But Ken, hold on. Let me interrupt you real quick. We have some more breaking news. Mike Evans is expected to leave in free agency and not return to the Buccaneers.
Whoa, that's the biggest story. Like,
yeah, just dropped.
Wow. Mike Evans, come on down, brother. Come on down to Las Vegas. We need a veteran receiver.
Who dropped it?
Garofalo.
Okay. Well, you're on Garofalo. I'm on Shefty. Okay. But then I'm sorry, I did not have Max Crosby going to Baltimore. I didn't have Baltimore making that trade.
Nor did I.
The Bears I figured would have been in there, even possibly the Lions. But I didn't have Baltimore. And then like the move that we all thought it would happen but wouldn't happen at the same time was Tua, right? Like we all knew that they wanted to get rid of Tua, but we all thought, well, the negatives cap, not the dead cap, but the negative cap.
No, I get your point, but the point that Joe and I were making was after Russell Wilson there and the dead cap and negative money that Denver ate, and with everything that was going in Miami with them shedding contracts, to me, it looked like the writing was on the wall with that, unless somehow they got some kind of magic deal done.
Even Russell's dead cap was the only thing we talked about Russell. We never talked about the negative cap savings for the year. The negative cap. We did say though if they were going to do it, be post. Look, okay, here's what they did. They took a $67.4 million dead cap, and they went negative 11.1 in cap space for this year. Now, look, the Bradley Chubb thing is still on. This is on over the cap. Bradley Chubb is still on the book, so he's going to be. If he's not a post June 1st, if Tyreek Hill was a post June 1st, they're going to save $7 million on that. So they're kind of like still only $3 million away. They got some work to do still. Don't be surprised if maybe Devin Achane gets Devin Achane gets off the boat. Don't cry. What was that?
Who brought the hot air balloon?
Yeah, no doubt, man. So there's going to be some more movement. So I don't think Miami's done. That cap thing was ridiculous amount of cap they just did. Was that a hot air balloon, Joe?
I don't know. No, not for me. Who did they get rid of to have a $67 million cap hit? Did they cut Tua?
No, that's Tua. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that Miami cut Tua today.
Oh yeah. They officially cut him and designated him post June 1st.
Ooh,
yeah.
I told you, like it's better to just take the cap hit now, dude.
Well,
You
like
know,
the cap
you're gonna
hit,
suck this year anyway. Like,
the dead cap's not the problem. The dead cap for me wasn't
no,
the
I know
problem.
it's the cap hit to where now they can't even field a competitive roster. They're
Right.
gonna have a team full of scrubs and rookies. But you were
Yeah.
gonna have a team full of scrubs and rookies anyway. This year, if you're a Miami fan, you might as well just like not even watch football this year. Just check back in the off season, dude, because this is a tank year. But it sets them up great because now you have a legitimate reason for getting the number 1 overall pick. And you're coming into the quarterback class that's supposedly the deepest quarterback class that
I
in
were gonna
years.
say that's a hell of a way to start the March for Arch.
Oh,
It
let
is.
me. We forgot. I forgot one other re-sign. It was pushed that far down. God give the man credit. Khalil Mack signs a 1-year, $18 million deal with the Chargers.
I were gonna say he got himself one nice last payday.
Oh, I don't think he's done. I think he's going to get a couple more little paydays. They're not going to be 18 mil maybe, but if he keeps playing, the dude shows almost no signs of slowing down.
Mhm.
I mean, Khalil Mack almost feels like he's ageless. I know there's some Bears fans who want a reunion, but not an 18 mil, right? But he's probably worth the 18 mil, honestly. But that dude shows no sign of slowing down, which is scary. But when he does slow down,
He's gonna fall off.
it's going to be dramatic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, broski?
What's going on, Joe? What's going on, everybody?
Broski.
Hey,
What
man.
a-
How about that Max Crosby compensation though, dude? Like,
Oh yeah, what a deal for honestly for a guy who had 10 sacks last year and really hasn't been lighting it up with sacks from year to year lately. Great. I mean, dude, you got 2 first-round picks. Holy shit! Congrats.
Well, you
No,
got
yeah.
him there with Roquan and some of the other guys, that Baltimore defense. I think he gets a bit
Well, yeah,
scary.
but I mean, yeah, from the Raiders' perspective, though, man, that's a good move. Yeah, and did you guys hear the Travis Kelce news too? Like they're letting him test the free agent market as well.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
So the quote from Travis is, "I'm too dangerous for them to let me out the door." That's the quote.
Danger Russ. Shout out Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's too dangerous.
If you were that dangerous, they wouldn't let you walk. Like they're
There
letting
you
you test free agency because they don't think anyone else is going to make you a serious offer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And
know.
I don't think any. I mean, there might be a team, but to me, Kelsey's been slowing down for the last 2 years, really.
Yeah, and
And-
last year I thought he took a decent step back.
Yeah, I think
but
he's
last year,
washed
the
at this
entire
point.
offense took a step back, though.
That's true.
I mean,
But I think Kelsey's washed though. I mean, he's not. I'm not going to say he's washed like he's not. He's like a 300-yard a season guy now, but he's not a 1,000-yard, 10 touchdown guy anymore. He's if you're lucky, he's going to give you 600-700 yards, dude. If you're lucky.
watch him go to New England and have a 1,000-yard season.
And New England
I'll
would be
tell
the
you
only
what.
place he could do it.
That's not a bad thought actually. But
Yeah.
I also heard that Broski's inside sources told him that the Patriots offered a 2nd and 3rd round pick to the Eagles for AJ Brown, and the Eagles turned it down. And I thought this is coming from an Eagles guy too. And man, like that is absolutely absurd if that's true.
Yeah, actually, I heard the same thing, Broski.
To further that point, I've heard that they are standing hard and fast on the 1st round pick. That's what it's going to take to move AJ.
It's actually it's more than that, Ken. From what I've been reading, they want a 1st plus an additional pick, and they're firm on it only because of the cap hit that they'll have, the dead cap, and the cap hit that they'll have to take to trade him. That they don't see a reason to basically get rid of a top flight receiver who has a huge cap hit for them. Which I don't think the cap is that huge. I think that's just an excuse they're using to try to get what they want. But because we talked about his contract for a top flight receiver is actually very reasonable for the next 3 or 4 years.
Let's see.
Yeah, all I gotta say is the people at over the cap, dudes. I mean, you don't have Tua off there yet. You don't have Bradley Chubb off their cap yet, but you already have Mika Fitzpatrick removed from their roster when the trade happened. I mean,
they
come
pick
on,
and choose what they want to update.
dude. I know they're so slow.
You want to hear something insane? AJ Brown's dead cap hit this year is $72 million.
Holy shit!
That's what I'm saying. Their dead cap hit is huge, but his actual cap number is not as big.
It's like it's a little over. It's like 23.4 mil.
That's not terrible.
Right now, the Miami Dolphins this season before Tua are 89.6 million in dead cap. So after Tua adds another 67.4 million to it,
God damn.
that's
What-
90,
What
That's half their half their cap.
maybe $137 million.
what Joe says reign true. There will be no Dolphin rape cave this year. Dolphin fans will be watching it like this.
By the time they're done this week, they will probably right now they're about 150 million in dead cap this year alone.
Yeah, bro. They're not going to be bottlenoses. They're going to be thumb noses.
They're gonna need their whole draft class to be starters this year, dude. Just to fill out a roster. Like that's ouch.
See, here I thought you were saying they were going to need to seal their hole up for how bad that rape cave was going to go for.
Oh,
I wonder when Waddle's going to go out the door. He's got to be back.
No. I think Waddle's going to stay. I think he's going to be one of the pillars they're going to build around. Everything I've heard, they love that kid.
I don't know if they can afford to keep that kid.
Now, I'm with you there with how bad their shit is, but that might be why they're hurry up and just dumping it all now.
Yeah, I agree. In next year's draft class, it's really supposedly a really good quarterback class. They're going to have a choice between probably Arch Manning, Dante Moore. Like, there's going to be a few quarterbacks. And does anybody think Miami's not going number one overall? Like, I mean, if they don't go number one overall, that's like amazing, dude. Like,
I was going to say, believe it or not, they're going to have some competition with the Jets still.
I got a question. Why is it? I'm looking at the Rashawn Gary trade. It is now a fourth rounder, Ken, you're right.
Mhm.
But not for 2026 draft. Oh, no. 2027.
Mhm.
I mean, usually you trade a guy and get, if you're going to get a fourth rounder, you get a fourth rounder this year. You're getting a fourth rounder a whole season away. I mean, that almost doesn't make sense to me.
The whole point of that is it was pretty much known around the league that Gary was going to get released. Gary even announced his release on his Instagram and then backtracked on it. This was one of those, hey, if you give us something, you're guaranteed to get him. If not, he's going to get released and welcome to the bidding war.
And that by default puts Van Ness in a much more on his plate or much more on his shoulders. He's going to have to step it up this year.
Absolutely.
But they probably see something that they like in Van Ness from last season. They probably feel that he did take a step forward or something.
Yeah. His play on the field, now his numbers didn't get to show it because of the injuries that he dealt with, but the bits that he was out there, you could see the impact that Micah's already had on him. His release off that line is already so much better than it was.
Oh, the Raiders also made another move. They traded with the Bills for cornerback Taron Johnson, who was going to be released, but they just swapped their 6th and 7th round picks in order to make that trade happen.
Yeah, he's an amazing corner, but you know, he's better than what we have on the roster right now. So I'll take it for now. You know, like he's depth at the very least. But the Packers, Quay Walker is supposed to be leaving too. So it's like you're losing some players on that defense, man.
Us trading for that guy out of Indy there, he honestly has a lot of the same numbers as Quay, just at a hell of a lot cheaper price. We're getting him for 7, where it sounds like Quay is going to be going in the 15 to 17 million range. For half the price, for a little less twitchy version of Quay, I can get by it. I personally would have rather kept Quay, but I can live with this.
Joe might get some more good news because Linderbaum could actually be a Raider today when he hits free agency, because you got to wonder, Baltimore, man, you just made this big acquisition on defense. Can they afford to keep Linderbaum, who's going to be a record-setting deal for a center? at 20 plus mil a year. Maybe we'll find that out today in about an hour and a half when tampering / free agency actually begins.
That'd be a great move. That'd be a great signing for the Raiders. Really would.
But no, the tampering kicks off literally right when the show ends.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been saying it. I've been pounding the table for
it's a half hour.
few weeks for Linderbaum, dude. Like I've been saying, like if the Raiders don't have the Brinks truck at his house the moment free agency tampering starts, they're fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Like show up with the duffel bag and just be like, bro, like what is it?
Just back to another point though. The tampering period starts in 35 minutes, give or take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to happen is we're going to log off at 11 a.m. Central, noon on the East, and before JB's intro music gets done, okay, on his show, there will probably already be 2 signings announced.
Yep.
So you're telling me that the time that we say, "Hey, see you tomorrow," and JB doesn't even get through his intro music on his show, which is only like a minute and a half long, we're going to have a signing or 2, and then that time period of a minute and a half, these players and agents and GMs worked out multi-year deals with incentives and all the other crap that comes in a contract.
Hey, what can we say? These agents,
tampering period, huh?
These agents are just real good at their job, man. They can get this shit done lickety fucking split.
It's AI. It's AI.
They get that shit done Ricky Tick, don't they?
I mean, it is funny though because it's probably going to happen within a minute of us logging off. Linderbaum will be announced or someone will be announced as signing somewhere. And it's like, dude, wait, the tampering period literally just started to begin. So when did your agent talk to the other GM?
You know who I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be Malik Willis. I think he's going to be the first shoe to drop, first domino.
That wouldn't shock me, Joe, from everything that I'm hearing.
Miami?
I don't know where. I'm just saying I think that somebody's already been on the phone in
Arizona. I do not think Miami is going to be players in this free agency market at all.
But I thought the Jets might give him a shot.
It's a possibility, but I am hearing a shit ton of heat.
Yeah, I've heard about Arizona too.
Here real quick, because I want Fred and Broski's take. Anzalone to the Bears.
Is that happening?
There's traction. I've seen several stories because the Lions have not re-signed him yet. I know he's a fan favorite for Detroit.
Yeah,
but he's been linked to the Bears.
So you're right. I should have said has it happened because obviously it can't happen for another half hour. But Decker and Anzalone, I mean, 2 players that would make sense for the Bears. Now here's the thing: if you remember, Ken, Ben Johnson did say something like, "I'm not going to snipe Lions players" when he was hired. If you remember, that was kind of an odd statement because I'm like, well, why not if they fit the team? Right. That being said, now the Bears linebacker room is looking bleak right now. So I love that they got DeMarco Jackson re-signed for cheap. I mean, that was a great signing because you know what? As of right now, he's probably their starting middle linebacker. TJ Edwards coming off that injury, man, you know, he's not getting any younger. He's right around age 30. Like, you know, signing Anzalone, giving you an experienced outside linebacker who can actually cover and actually, you know, he plays aggressive. He plays tough. You know, not a Pro Bowler, but he's pretty good. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I really wouldn't. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But
what about your second-year guy, Sewell? Sewell.
That's what I was just about to ask. Did he peter out or something?
Yeah, well, so Sewell's coming off a major injury as well, I think.
Oh.
But Sewell, you got to understand Sewell, guys. He's a one-trick pony. He has to play middle linebacker. He's not an outside linebacker. He's very just like downhill. That's it. Like he's not dropping back in coverage. And guess what? DeMarco Jackson is a much better middle linebacker than Sewell.
Here's the problem with Sewell. Part of what Broski said. The other part is he shows you flashes of like he can be more than what Broski says. He shows you flashes now and then, but not consistently. But the biggest thing that Broski said, which is the key on, well, why not Sewell? His first 2 years, he was out with injury. Then last year in the preseason, man, he wrecked it. Showed you he could do anything. Then come the season, he was a little more one-dimensional, like Broski said, and that could have been scheme. I don't know, but he did miss a couple more games with injury. Now, granted, he wasn't missing like 5 games at a swap. It was a game here, 2 games here, that kind of thing. But the problem with Sewell is his biggest problem is injury. If this guy could stay healthy, the potential is there, but he can't stay healthy. So he's right now, I would say he's a good rotational piece with upside if he can stay healthy, but he can't stay healthy. And he's shown you flashes where he can be more than just a, go downhill, one-dimensional kind of guy. He's shown the flash, but he hasn't been able to deliver on it consistently.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm actually looking forward to for the Bears, because I believe they are going to be cutting some players pretty soon, or they're going to announce some players they're going to be cutting pretty soon. I have a feeling Sewell could be one of them. I have a feeling.
Not to interrupt you there, Broski, but we've got some more breaking news. So that the Chiefs are now expected to re-sign Kelsey.
There you go.
Yep.
So
Well, there it is.
He ain't testing the market.
I
think so.
He probably got a bit of a whiff, and they were probably telling him, "Hey, dude, your market's not what you're thinking." And he goes, "Okay, I'll re-sign with Kansas City."
Yeah, he's going down with the ship apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would make sense for him because he's been in Kansas City his whole freaking career there. They love him. Why not go out where you played the whole career?
At this point, dude, even if it's vet man, just stay on the team and retire a Chief. You won 3 Super Bowls with them. Like, you're in the Chiefs Hall of Fame for sure.
The interesting piece about that
Regular Hall too.
The interesting piece about that press release, if you read the end of it, it says a message has been delivered to teams who wanted him. So he had a market, but he chose to stay home, which you got to, look at, love or hate Kelsey, you got to respect when a player does that and stays home.
Yeah, but I think he might have had a market, but I think it was softer than what he was expecting, and said, "Hey, for the amount of money you're offering me, I might as well stay here."
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Even if it was a little bit more, if it wasn't,
I don't think he's breaking the bank anywhere.
If it wasn't a whole lot more, I'd stay there too.
And I think he kind of expected that. I think he kind of expected, players like me don't come on the market very often, and he forgot the fact that he's like 35 or 34, and like, and is showing decline. People aren't gonna pay that kind of money. But Mike Evans leaving Tampa Bay, to me, that's the story so far.
Oh yeah, that's freaking huge if that actually comes through.
There's one thing about the Bears that scares me right now, and that's with Dio. So, reporting out of Chicago is they're talking up Dio, saying no one works harder than Dio. Dio is working super hard. I don't know if this guy's gonna be ready for the season, but they make it sound like he is, and that he's gonna be the edge. And they're expecting him to break out this year. Now, Broski, I heard that song and dance how we expected him to break out last year. And if I remember, you and I both kind of said, well, we'll see how this goes. And he started out okay, and then got hurt. That scares me that they're talking up Dio. To me, that says they're not going to look for an edge anywhere. They've already said, supposedly, they're not going to even try to re-sign Brisker, which I don't know if I agree with. He did play good last year. I started the offseason saying the Bears weren't going to make any big, huge monster moves. And the DJ Moore move, I guess, I don't know if that's big monster, but it was a big move. I'm just wondering how much more the Bears are going to do this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, valid point, and it's a concern of mine as well. I mean, Dio is a $20.5 million cap hit this season, $22 million dead cap. Dio is going to be on the team this year. There's really no way out of it this season. Now, the thing is with Dio, is he even going to be ready to start the season? He's almost like, you have Booker, you have Dio. Are they going to be splitting time? It's going to be a rotation between both of them. I mean, who knows? But
You could
yeah, I mean,
go first and save $3 million and go 17.5 and dead. If he's not injured, you can. If he's injured, you can leave him on the IR and let him sit there and languish until such time that the cap maybe becomes something that you can tolerate activating to your roster. I'm
Right.
just kind of confused.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I hear you, man. I would try to manipulate anything possible in order to not have to take that whole cap hit this year. And if that means he doesn't even trot out there, like, I'm fine. And going over to safety with Brisker, hey, you know me, man. I'm a Penn State guy. I love Penn State players. Brisker, I'm fine with them letting him go. I didn't see the same Brisker last season. Not that he had a bad year. He just didn't play like the Brisker I know until that playoff game, that last game. And one other thing, I have been starting to do my draft homework. What I'm going to say right now is this is an incredible draft for safeties and cornerbacks. This is a ridiculously good draft for safeties and quarterbacks.
Hold on. Did you say corners?
Safeties and corners, yes.
All right, dude.
So
I couldn't be any happier hearing that from you, broski.
Ridiculous. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's a safety, cornerback, and an offensive tackle draft, both left tackle and right tackle. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Broski, are you just reading my mind and saying, Ken, what do you want to hear right now? And I'm going to tell you because it couldn't have gone any better.
What I'm getting at is this. The Bears have 4 picks in the top 90, which is awesome. They have 4 picks in the top 90. They could find a starting safety with one of those picks, in my opinion, in this draft, like a plug-and-play rookie.
Here's the problem. Right now, as of 10:37 a.m. today, you have 0 safeties on this roster. Now,
Correct.
We all hear that they're going to re-sign Byard, which is great.
Yeah.
Now you have 1 of 3. I don't know if I want 3 rookie safeties on the roster.
Hold on. We got more fucking breaking news, and this one's a fucking doozy.
Uh-oh.
The Falcons are making a strong push right now to sign former Dolphins quarterback Tua, and the deal is expected to come together very quickly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, vet minimum. He's got all that guaranteed money. He can pay for free almost.
Uh-huh. Shit. Well, that didn't take him long to find a job.
I mean, you got Kyler Duggars out there. You got Byard's old, too.
Yeah, and going back to the Bears, Ken, like you were saying, like a lot of their moves, it's going to be like, hey, re-sign Byard. Okay, they already re-signed DeMarco Jackson and Daniel Hardy. I doubt they're going to they don't really have, unless they really make a big cut. Like, they're not going to go out there and make a splash move. They're going to maybe try to sign a vet left tackle or trade even for a left tackle.
Like at the safety position,
they might sign a safety. They could obviously sign a safety.
You're not. Well, that's just your safeties. You got Jalen Thompson, the Cardinals, who's 28. Kyle Duggar from the Steelers, who's 30. Harrison Smith from the Vikings, who won't retire. He's 37. Well, he did retire, so you forget him. And Andre Cisco from the Jets, who's 26. Okay, he's youngish. Byard at 33, who re-signed. But you got a bunch of old guys. So that's why Brisker, man, you might be able to get him. I would not be surprised if free agency starts and Brisker's market isn't there because he only made like $5 million last year. If Brisker's market's not there, if he doesn't get a big market, if the price is right, I would not mind. I would not be surprised, nor would I mind him back in Chicago on a $4 or $5 million a year deal.
I hear you.
I think that could possibly still happen with him.
I love Brisker. It just makes me too nervous with his one touch away from just being a vegetable. But I don't know. I'm sorry if you mentioned this guy and I didn't hear you say it. But there's a safety out there from the Colts, Nick Cross. I'm not sure if you mentioned him. He would be a good pickup. He's actually a really quality safety, and more of a strong safety type. So, yeah, Bayard, they're definitely. I feel they're going to make a huge move to resign Bayard. But yeah, like you said, there's still 3 other open safety spots. Okay, they draft one. Okay, you still have 2 other open safety spots. Like, do you really want them to all be rookies? Absolutely not. You know.
So here's another thing: is like you mentioned Andre Cisco from the Jets. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Cisco was actually a decent safety. Like, he's not a star, but like he's a serviceable player. Like, I could be wrong, but I thought Cisco was actually I've seen him play a little bit, and I thought he was a decent player.
Thought he was a rapper from the '90s.
Oh, that was 2000.
No, but you know, another interesting thing would be and Broski, you know, like I know you're doing your draft dive now. Like Caleb Downs is the hands down best safety in the draft, but they found a knee condition like that, like a degenerative knee condition at the medicals at the combine. So I'm expecting his draft stock to take a huge dip. Like he was looking at being a top 10 pick. Now I don't even know if he gets. If he does get drafted in the first round, I'm thinking it's at the end of the first round. So Broski, if you're the Bears and you're picking at what, like 25, and Caleb Downs is still there, do you take the chance on him?
No. Degenerative knee condition, I'm passing. You don't roll the dice to me on a guy in the first 3 rounds. Like, there's no reason to. There's so many other good players. My train of thought, hey, I'm not doing it, but this is a rare year where there's a couple safeties worthy of first round consideration, and that kid Dylan Thieneman, what a monster he is. He reminds me of the kid on the Eagles. His name's escaping me right now. The white guy they drafted. Yeah, he reminds me of him, man. Oh my God, give me some of that, please.
So Brisker, really quick, because Brisker is one of the few players who's active on X. A lot of these guys do Instagram, whatever. He's an X guy, which I have to respect. If you've been looking at Brisker's X account, he doesn't talk like a guy who's leaving the Bears, which is also a little confusing. Because usually if a team says we're not going to re-sign you, you strip, they take the stuff off, whatever. Not he. He is actually just posted Daniel Hardy's re-signing. So don't write Kwani B off yet. That's all I'm going to say, Broski. I think the Bears might still bring the kid back. Usually, like I said, if you know you're being released from a team or not coming back from a team, these guys kind of clean their social media. He has not done so at all with the Bears.
And hey, if the price is right, the price is right too. You know what I mean? Like, if it's a good team friendly deal, hey, Brisker, like I said, he had a solid season last year. And he had a really good, like, his best game of the year, I think, was the last game of the season in the playoffs. So
yeah. Bro, you remember Nick Emenwari, right?
Yeah,
from the Seahawks. Like, so he also at the combine in his draft year, they found a degenerative knee condition as well, and the Seahawks took a chance on him with the late first round pick, and he turned out to be a pretty good player for him so far. So I'm just saying, like, to me, the risk might be worth it if you're not looking at this guy's going to be our starter for the next 15 years. But if we can get a high impact starter for the next 5 years, and then when it's time for his second contract, it's like we cut him loose. That's 5 years of good safety play on a reasonable contract. Like,
sure, but the only thing that works against it this year is that it's such a good safety draft. There actually are other options that are pretty close. You know what I mean? So,
what do you think of Genesis Smith from Arizona? I actually like him.
I don't, because he's one of those Big 12 guys that there's absolutely it's all offense, no defense. It's defenders from that conference. I'm very regimented in my thought process. Like, I'm looking at SEC or Big 10 players, especially on defense, and especially in the trenches. But not that he's a safety, but he's a defensive player. So, yeah.
Interesting stuff here. In about 15 minutes, we're going to I'm not too surprised. I'm surprised on Tua with Atlanta.
You
I'm
know,
not surprised that Tua would draw interest right away because there are some. Look, at Tua the last 2 years has not missed the game to injury.
I figured that Tua would have been signed kind of after the initial clutch of free agents over the first
Well-
2 days.
Well, I'm not, but yeah, I kind of can see that too, Ken. But what I'm more surprised with is Atlanta, who just
Yep.
let Kirk Cousins go. Now look, if they can
Makes
sign
you
him
wonder-
cheap, kind of
Makes you
jump
wonder.
Kirk Cousins.
Not only that, but it makes you wonder how much faith do they have in Penix that they want to put Tua behind him, who's shown he's at least serviceable in the league.
Well, that's the thing too. I think Tua is better than Penix.
Yeah, I don't think that they're bringing Tua in to be behind Penix. I think they're actually going to run him
Yeah.
out there this year and give Penix more time to develop because,
I agree.
like, Tua's contract, they're going to have to pay him what, vet minimum, because the Dolphins are paying him. It's really a smart move for the Falcons if you think about it, because you cut Kirko's big contract, it frees up a bunch of cap space. You take Tua out there, who, like you said, hasn't missed a game in the last 2 years. It's a risk, but you still have Penix waiting in the wings in case something goes bad. And it's not like you're tied into this guy for $50 million or $100 million. Like, if Tua gets hurt, you can move on pretty painlessly. So it's actually a really smart move for the Falcons.
Well, and along that train of thought, another quarterback looking to sign a vet minimum with a new team, the Keebler Elf, the Smurf, Kyler Murray, possibly a Minnesota Viking. That's going to be news I'm waiting to hear.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too, unfortunately, and I think he's gonna fucking thrive over there.
I've been saying it. I think Kyler is perfect for Minnesota, dude.
Joe, can you stop fucking talking about anything in my division?
But you know what though, Ken? In all fairness, in our division, it's been a lot of exits and not a lot of enters.
Well, I like seeing a whole bunch
You
of
know what I
exits
mean?
over there in Minnesota.
No, but you know what I mean though. All four teams have been shedding players, not gaining players per se. I mean, the Bears were tick for tack. They lose the center, get a center back, but the center we got back is not a top 10 center, so he's a downgrade. Now he was Joe Tooney's college teammate and roommate for road games, so I mean, there's a familiarity there. Maybe that helps him out. He's a little bit better than he was in New England with Tooney next to him. Then I think almost any center would be better with Tooney next to him. But everyone else, like you guys dropped Gary, you've dropped your backup, the Lions.
The only guy that we've replaced so far was losing Quay with that guy from Indy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's been a lot more exit and not a lot of enter into the NFC North. So there's been player drain, and it's been some good talent leaving the division. We'll see what happens today with Alex Anzalone, who's towards the end of his career. If the Bears put some money at him, I mean, he's a Band-Aid. I don't think he's the answer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, Fred, is it because I said that Kyler's going to the Vikings?
Yeah, you know, Fred. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that'd be a good path for the Raiders if I can fucking talk here.
I mean, I'll take another number one overall, I guess, if I have to. Like, oh no, you're going to put another blue chip player on my team? Like,
well,
I'm going to be picking high in every round. Like,
I was still thinking about like the whole Cooper DeJean on the Eagles, and they had another white guy in their secondary, that Reed Blankenship. He's a pretty good safety. He's a free agent as well. Yeah, he's going to probably be upgraded team somewhere. He might get a respectable little deal for being a safety as well. He's a pretty solid player.
And Fred, I think a Munchkin Viking is called the Dwarf.
Hey, you know what? There's also there's God, what is his name, dude? I just fucking spaced on it. Damn it. That sucks.
Couldn't have been too important of a guy.
No, it was actually like along the lines of what. Oh yeah. So speaking of the Eagles, like I know that Nakobe Dean has had some injury history, but Nakobe Dean is actually, when he's healthy, he's a really good player, and he's going to be a free agent. Like, I wonder what his market's going to look like.
I'd take a cheap flyer on him.
I would love for the Raiders to give him a shot. I wanted him coming out of Georgia.
DeMar Hamlin's going to be out there. I mean, there's a bunch of safeties out there that are cheapish.
Tyler Dinklage.
The Bears find Jonathan Owens for another $1 million this year. Yeah, he's proved to be a decent enough backup to pay $1 million for, which is basically the vet minimum at this point. I mean, there's a lot of guys like that who are out there. Miles Killebrew from the Steelers. I mean, PJ Locke from the Broncos is going to be out there. There are some guys. There are some UFAs out there that the Bears can sign and cobble together a safety room. I don't know if Bear fans are going to be as happy with the safety room this year as they've been in years past. And they're still Gardner Johnson is still. I haven't heard anything about him. The Bears said that he said he was going to test free agency. The Bears are completely out.
I've heard that I've heard that there's a couple teams that are interested in him, but I haven't been hearing anything like, oh, he's definitely going to one of these two teams.
One interesting rumor that I heard was Dobbs to the Niners.
Yeah,
Joe, what the fuck did I tell you? Stop fucking talking about anything to do with my division. Because that shit is going to happen.
I didn't make it up. It's like
I know you didn't, but you fucking said it, and your track record of fucking saying things that even slightly pertain to me fucking happened.
No, Dobbs is all but gone in Green Bay, probably.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
speaking of that,
division has seen a lot of talent drain. But I'm just wondering when they're going to start adding talent back.
Speaking of Dobbs most likely gone, there have been multiple teams calling Green Bay inquiring about trades for either Wicks or Reed. And I absolutely am not moving on from Reed. Wicks, you could talk me into that one. But I really don't want to move on after we now have Dobbs out, and we're going to be putting Golden in with Watson. I want Reed in that slot.
Man, I think Dobbs would be good for the Niners, dude. He's exactly the kind of guy they need.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You give me Dobbs on there. So when we meet in the playoffs and it's
he can drop some passes.
There you go. That's finally what it's going to take to break the curse. Holy fuck.
Joe, at least now with his big helmet guard, not like that big, huge yellow thing. It'll be because of the color of their helmet. It'll be a little more or a little less noticeable out there than it is in Green Bay. Yeah.
But watch, Dobbs is gonna have the fucking season of his career.
Yeah. That's what happens when you lose a guy, man.
I was gonna say I've seen Dobbs too much. He'll play great all during the season, but when it's that you absolutely need it, he likes to grease his hands and body.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that the Niners aren't going to put him on kickoff on onside kick return either.
So let me ask this question. Tomorrow morning when we come on, what's going to be the biggest signing? What do you think, Ken? What's going to be the biggest signing that we're going to be talking about tomorrow morning?
Biggest signing. Man, I really hate to give this guy props after he's been burying me all fucking show, but give me fucking Linderbaum actually going to the Raiders.
Yeah. That would be huge, but I mean, it just depends on what we're talking about. The quarterbacks are usually the biggest stories. So I think Malik Willis will be the first quarterback to drop. He'll probably go to Arizona. Or, for me, the biggest story is Mike Evans leaving Tampa Bay. Give me Mike Evans to the Raiders.
Broski?
Yeah, I have a much more vague answer. I think it's going to be a trade for a player that really nobody's thinking of that's on nobody's radar right now. I think there'll be a major player that gets traded.
Fair take. Myles Garrett to the fucking Ravens.
You know what? You laugh, Joe. But I'm going to say Myles Garrett being traded is going to be that player that we're not thinking of because he just signed that big extension. Oh, I want to stay with Cleveland, blah, blah, blah. I've seen 3 different stories linking the Bears trying to trade for him. Again, still after last year. Wouldn't that be a shocker if the Bears just out of nowhere pull off Myles Garrett trade that no one saw coming? I'm not saying the Bears are going to do it, but would that be something else? I agree. I think it's going to be a player that we're not talking about, that's a major player that – and I have seen a couple articles with Myles Garrett, especially when you got some of these other guys they are talking about that are bigger players being traded. Wouldn't it be something if some guy that none of us expected to get traded gets traded big time, multiple first round pick kind of trade out of nowhere? Because the NFL tends to do that. For free agents, I think Tua is going to be the first off the board to Atlanta. Now that we saw that, I think that one's done today. Yeah, I think that the Keebler Elf will end up being a Minnesota Viking by the end of the day too.
Mm-hmm.
And Malik Willis will probably end up in Arizona. So you could have 3 quarterbacks move today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's the cap math is going to get interesting. So over the cap,
And
get on it.
I hope the Raiders, with all that cap space, I hope they make an offer to Mike Evans, man. He's exactly what we need for that offense. Can you imagine with Mike Evans and Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty? Like,
No. You know what? I can go for a Mike Evans. Give me somebody that can actually hang on to the ball. I gave you Linderbaum, damn it.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to say this. Mike Evans is going to end up in Tampa again, even with that news, because we've heard it before. And every year what happens, they end up staying in Tampa. Here's the thing with Mike Evans. Until he signs his name on the dotted line to another team, he's going back to Tampa.
I get the mindset of it because of everything we've seen with them, but I'm hearing this now from sources that I've never heard it from before, that they usually just kind of wait. So I'm assuming they have a bit of inside information with it.
Rappaport and Shefty aren't doing it yet, and even when those two guys have said it in the past, he's still ended up at the Bucs. I don't know.
it's fair. But I'm just, if he is actually leaving, the Raiders makes perfect sense. They have a lot of cap space.
Breaking news, and we got 2 minutes left. The 49ers are now said to be open to trading Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumors about that.
Yeah.
Rappaport just dropped that one. Talking about a guy we weren't talking about before today, really. Oh, who needs a left tackle, supposedly? The Bears. Start the rumor mill, Chicago fans. Start it now.
Nah, he wants to come over to Green Bay. We could use a silverback.
But realistically, how much time does he have left, man?
A couple years.
2?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I'm thinking.
All you really need him for is about 2, maybe 3 at the outmost. I mean, you look at these teams like in the NFC North, you're looking for guys. You're not looking for 5-year guys. You might be looking for 2-year guys because you're in a window now. And now you can start the rotation process. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense for any of the North teams, to be honest with you.
I've also heard rumors that the Cardinals are open to trading Marvin Harrison Jr., which is insane to me. Yeah.
I haven't heard that. Holy shit.
And Brian Thomas Jr. also on Jacksonville is supposedly on the trade market.
Yo,
I wouldn't do that, but Marvin Harrison is interesting, like, because he hasn't really flashed the way that they expected him to. Like, if he could be had for a decent price, he's not going to get a first round pick. Like, if I was another team, I would consider it for sure. I don't think that Arizona tapped into his full potential.
No,
well, guys,
I think they're wasting them.
In about a minute, we're going to start finding out some of these signings. We're out of time for today. JB should be next. I'm surprised we didn't see him in the comments this morning. He should be next. He should be breaking some signings. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow to talk about these signings that happened today when there was no tampering leading up to what's going to start in a minute, because in about a minute, they're all going to sign, but there was no tampering.
There wasn't. They're just really good fucking agents, man.
They're really good at their job. That's all.
AI.
As we enter the tampering period here in about 30 seconds, so keep refreshing Shefty, Rappaport, or whoever else you follow. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
Linderbaum, you're a